Biden. New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew sits on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, was once a Democrat himself before turning to the Republican Party. And the good congressman joins me now. Will your Democrat colleagues, Congressman, begin the process of replacing Joe Biden at the top of the ticket when they return to Congress, literally in a matter of hours?
Well, remember, Joe Biden has to agree to be replaced, and that essentially Jill Biden has to agree that her husband would be replaced. He has the delegates. He has the votes. So he has to do this. He has to be part of this process, and they have to make that clear. I have a theory on one way that they could do it, and this is not corroborated. This is my theory. I want to make that clear. But he has been protected by the Department of Justice over and over again. He was in, I'm on the Judiciary Committee as well. And he was in on the calls to Burisma, and he was in the business calls with his son Hunter. He was involved with Russia in certain ways that still hasn't really been thoroughly explored when he met with oligarchs over there in so many different ways, his brother with the health corporation. So he's been protected. I wouldn't be surprised, not corroborated, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to have a discussion. Look, Joe, we've really protected you. There's some bad stuff that's gone on. If you want to keep going and get out of this, it's time for you to drop out of the race. Now, they still have a problem, because Kamala Harris is just Joe Biden, too. It's still the open borders. It's still the high inflation. It's still the bad policies, foreign and domestic. It's still, demeaning, diminishing, and defunding our police, demoralizing our military. All of it, the entire package of it is hers. She doesn't have the gravitas. She doesn't have the ability. She doesn't have the focus. And she's one of those few people that, as vice president, is much less popular now than the day she walked into the office. So they're in a corner, but don't underestimate them. They're smart. They focus. They know how to win. Do not high five if you're a Republican out there. We've got to work hard to the last minute of the last day.
But, Congressman, all those things you said about Kamala notwithstanding, the media is clearly beginning to circle the wagons around her. This Daily Beast op-ed saying, quote, it's time to get used to the idea of President Kamala Harris, writing that she, quote, opened up important dialogue with countries at our southern border to reduce immigration flows, has been a leading voice for creating a plan for the day after in Gaza, helped to maintain support among our allies for the administration's Ukraine policy. I know you disagree with everything there, but I want to get your thoughts on this last part. It has long been clear to me that she has not only mastered her brief, but that she has grown more comfortable expressing herself in her own voice, becoming a powerful communicator. Harris is in many ways Trump's worst nightmare as a rival candidate. So, Congressman, do you agree with that author that Republicans should not be so eager to get rid of Joe Biden because Kamala Harris could really threaten Donald Trump's potential path to the White House?
Well, two parts to this. I think it's good if Republicans are running against Joe Biden. That certainly helps us. Now, by the way, the media, the left media, the legacy media acts like this was some big surprise. When we found out that Joe has cognitive problems, we all knew that. If anybody was following the truth, they knew that he was falling asleep at meetings, that he was mumbling his words, that he didn't have focus. He had really serious problems, but he was sheltered, and they protected him in every way they could. Now, they couldn't do that when you had a nationally televised debate. So for the first time, the truth really came out. So then they had no choice but act like they were shocked. They never realized, they didn't know. And so we have to replace the candidate. Come on, she's a joke. We haven't seen anything serious from her in 4 years. I mean, we had to force her. It was the Republicans who kept challenging her. She was the border czar that never went to the border. Her policies for the border, if she has any, are horrible. They're just Joe Biden, too. They are open border. That's what they are. I mean, she doesn't have what it needs, what anybody thinks you need to be the president of the United States. Polling has shown that already. She's deeply unpopular. I think she may be an even better adversary for the benefit of Republicans, certainly not a worse one. Yes, she won't fall asleep in the middle of a sentence, but her sentence is going to be pretty silly, and when she's done with the sentence, she's going to be punctuated by crazy maniacal laughter.
Jeff Van Drew, Congressman for the great state of New Jersey, thank you for your time this morning, sir. We appreciate it.
Pleasure to be with you.
Now